these trips, I had to go and get a passport. I'm just trying to live, I don't know what these mad for. I just signed a deal and got a really big bag for it. At your mama crib ain't getting money, you gotta ask for it. I'm tired of complaining, I gotta change my situation. Looking at the view outside, I thought I would never make it. Every day these pay, but that don't stop the money making. If you want it, go and take it, ain't no point in hesitating. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day. It took me so long getting back to my right mind.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
Here we go. Motivation. Go, go, go. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage. Stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, set the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
On second and 11 now. Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. 11 yards there. First down.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So first and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Let's go, boys. Bring it.
Set, ready. 60 out low. You better bring it. What? Go.
Now Jackson on first down. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
Even though it's the opening drive of the game, he wasn't shy about taking off and running with the football, even knowing the defense is definitely going to take their shots at him. And that's exactly what they did. He better learn to slide, otherwise he won't be around to finish this one.
Jackson, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A week ago, they dominated in the trenches. They got in the backfield for 5 sacks, setting the tone there, one on the opening drive.
And it sets the tone for the opposing team, doesn't it? Remember when you were a kid and you went to the theater and saw that horror movie and it stuck with you for a while and you were a little bit jumpy? Well, if you saw 5 sacks the previous week and you're the quarterback, he might be a little jumpy as well. It might throw off his timing.
Yeah, it'd be jumpy, but sorry, Bob and Linda wouldn't let me see a PG movie until I was 17.
Well, that's just good parenting.
Another try after the first down sack. Jackson. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 42 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. From the gun, it's Jackson. Being chased out left. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
And maybe shades of the steel curtain here as the Steeler defense drops him behind the line again. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
It's third and goal.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's third and goal.
Hayward. Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the mic. Set. Good. Set.
Jackson from the shotgun. And that's knocked away and incomplete. It was Minkah Fitzpatrick that time to break that one up.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
Rudolph going to lead the Steelers up now first and 10 at their 25-yard line. A first carry for Josh Adams. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Rudolph looking to throw it. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
Check. First down. Recon, 152 fighter.
On first down, this is Adams. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
At the 40-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
We want it. Come to my world. Fight.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 22 yards there, a first down.
2 yards. First down, Steelers.
Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Crunch. Go. Yep. Kill. Ready.
A carry for Adams. Earl Thomas in on the stop.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
61, matchbox, lights. Hey, Charlie. Go.
On 2nd and 9, Rudolph. Complete to Washington. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 21.
Ready, 91.
36.
They'll run on first down. It's Adams. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
From the 17, Rudolph. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Go now. 30 base.
It's a party now. It's a party.
Get it.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Josh Adams, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also,
pressure comes and the Steelers take him down. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Mike 52. Ready? Mike 52.
All day, dog.
Check 52's the mic. Check 50.
On 3rd down, Jackson nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
At their own 36-yard line.
Ready.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Check 26. Check 20.
Go.
They'll begin here with Adams. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
2 minutes to play in this first half, 7-3, our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a play fake here on first down. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
On the ready.
First down, Steelers.
Check 48's the mark.
Protein spill.
We ain't beginning to turn you up. Don't get nervous.
Deep.
On first down, it's Adams. And able to work his way down to the 16. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Let's go. Mike's 40. Mike's 40. Quit talking about it.
Yeah.
Squeeze. Let's go.
From the 16, Rudolph. This is caught. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A gain of 13. It's a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. This is Connor, and he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Conner, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Jackson to throw. Got him in. It's Brown. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Let's go, D.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire half.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. He's at the 30, the 20, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Josh Adams, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now it's Jackson. And his throw is incomplete. The linebacker, T.J. Watt, there on the coverage.
This has been a really nice day for the defense. They've made it so difficult to find open receivers because they're able to squeeze the passing lanes down. A lot of what they're doing is communicating. Receivers in one area, receivers in another area. They're almost what they call passing them off from one defender to the next, even in zone defenses, and making it very hard to find an open spot for the quarterback to deliver the ball.
And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Here we go with Hill. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the first down.
Offensive line wasn't set. There's the flag, and 5 yards back they go.
Quarterback has to look around and make sure that his team is ready to go. Sometimes the quarterbacks go faster than is necessary.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Here's Jackson. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. It'll be a gain of 15 on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
At the 42-yard line.
Come on, set, 2. Touchdown. Use the mic. Pick it up, pick it up. Pick it up.
Throwing is Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Jackson from the gun, he'll throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
You got 3.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Miles Boykin, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens get a bit closer. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it makes the score 21-10. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Now! Now!
Here's Rudolph. Eluding the pressure right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Hey, pick your game.
Ball. Get it.
Now Rudolph. This is Johnson. He's got it. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because they'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
They'll run on first down. Adams. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Partner, I know my grade school teachers never would believe this, but I can absorb a lesson. I think there's a lesson in this one. He's having a great day running the football, but occasionally they're going to find a way to stop you, aren't they?
Yeah, this time the defense stepped up in what's been so far a tough game for them.
Mike 40. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. Watch that.
Hey, high 7.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rudolph. And the catch made by Johnson. 11 yards there, first down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Mike's 40. It's going to be a long
Hey!
It's going to be a long day.
X3.
Now it's Rudolph. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Wide. Get wide.
Hey, Delta.
Rudolph. He finds his man Johnson. That one good for 26 and a first down.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Head up, 30 base.
You remember me? Let's go, baby.
6-6, pull it high. 5.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. So it'll be 2nd and goal when we return. We've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. He gets this one to Johnson. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackle behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Here's Rudolph. Now he's flushed out left toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit for Todd Bowles. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is indeed good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
On 2nd and 1, Jackson gets this one to Hill. It's a big play there for Baltimore. And even 40 yards.
Tell you what, partner, you get the football in his hands, just give him a little bit of open space. As we just saw, he can make you pay.
And he wasn't the top option there, but check down turned into 1st down and then some. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain, followed by a sizable loss here. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Check 52's the mic. Check 52's the mic. Let's go one more.
Now Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Crew able to connect on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him and they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. His throw incomplete. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. And it's 3rd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Hayward. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Ready? 60 or. Hey, Zoo. Zoo.
On 1st and 10, Rudolph. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield. Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Tyus Bowser with a pick. They were looking for Johnson that time. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step one. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. After the interception, here's Jackson. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. To try again after the sack. Jackson, flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. It'll be a gain of 9, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he's still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
And he's got Snead. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now Jackson on 1st down. Dancing to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
At the Steelers' 29-yard line.
Set, ready. 60 out low.
And let's pin the mirrors back.
Zoom. Check 52 the mic.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson has got his man. It's Andrews. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 15-yard line. Jackson now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson escaping the pressure right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens cut into that lead. Tucker with the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded at the 6. And nice work on the return as they'll start their... drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Hey, 40's Mike, right there. 40's Mike.
Well, they will throw it here with Rudolph. Flushed out, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Rudolph looking to throw. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Check safety, check safety.
Blue draw Corkers. Hey, orbit.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Hey, Echo.
Here we go on 4th. Rudolph, complete. It's Johnson. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. The Tide Bulls tried it, went for it, but it didn't pay off. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Watch Mike. Hey, come on,
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. A dump off now to Hill. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Jackson from the shotgun. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Devin Bush, the linebacker, was the one there in pass coverage.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on third down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. They'll run for it with Hill. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
Here we go. 2 seconds. 50 seconds to Mike. 50 seconds to Mike.
From the gun, Jackson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Result of the play, first down and 10.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. The clock cannot be stopped here. Defense can't do anything. So kneel it down, take it home.
No doubt about it. It's what you practice for in winning situations each and every week. Victory formation. Take a knee and go on into the locker room and celebrate.
Call it a victory. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
But it's a double bonus when you get a victory on the road in your division.
And when you start a season, each team breaks down their schedule in different ways. Some do it every 4 games, right? Let's go quarterly. Others say, listen, we've got to take care of our home field. And, you know, out of a 16-game season, if you get 8 at home, let's at least win 7 at home and split our road games. That's what you're trying to get done. So you're exactly right. A road win, precious, especially within the division.
So for Pittsburgh, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.
Time to bring the bass bird.
Swear I'm going big like a lineman. She want bring the limes in. She wanna pull up to the crib, we can't dine in. Up right away, couldn't even get a vine in. Straight with the money we aligned in. Tell me how they broke, tryna chime in. he the only reason why I do not get violent. Ay, cause he gave me patience. Ay, swear that all makes sense. Ay, when you making bands, can make friends. Cause I know they tryna shit like Ray-Bans. Got a bad little shorty wasting. And I own it, I ain't gotta pay rent. Ay, I know we the ones that ain't them. Put both hands together and I'm saying amen. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going bigger. Postmates, how I deliver. My game too cold, made it shiver. But I'm still a hot boy, cool it down, let it simmer. Hey, see him mad, got him bitter. Can't stop the shine with a dimmer. Only what I give her, and she let her call me baby, but I do not need a sitter. See me dip, yeah, I'm saucing. People at the bank see me often. Let the money run, it's a faucet. She gave me the that's a boss it. Took over the game, now we all in. I was down in the chips, then went all in. Throwing up the game, ain't no vomit. Make my mama stop working, that's the promise. Going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm
time to bring the bass back.
S-T-R-O. Yeah. How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O. I ain't come to play with you.
Yeah.
Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up.
Yeah.
I can't spend the day with you. I'm minding my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright.
Yeah.
I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support ride. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time. Another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winning side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field, hit the wind. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. Beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coupes.